Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a good holiday. I know I don't have anything planned, but instead I'm just gonna work on some stuff while I'm at home. But if you go out there, make sure you be safe. So for today's video, what we're doing is we're going to try to fix an XLR cable. This is a cable for like a microphone or a speaker. The reason for that is because this cable is actually from my church. The mic ended up going out, and then upon moving it around, it looks like this is pretty loose. So I'm going to try to fix it because I know these aren't very expensive. Some can be like 12 bucks, some can be 15, some can be 20, some can be a little bit more, but they're still not super expensive. But as y'all probably already know, I don't like to throw anything away. So I'm gonna open this up and try to fix whatever's wrong with it, and then test it out. But to do that, I'm hoping that I don't need it very much. The only things that I have right now is going to be a little soldering gun, a Phillips head screwdriver, a blade, some Gorilla Super Glue, and some solder. That's it. That's all I'm going to try to use. To me, that's very minimal, but I'm sure to some, it's probably going to be like, where the hell am I going to get a soldering gun or something? But we're going to try to do that. So we're going to open it up first and see what's inside and see how damaged it is. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is just going to open this up. And I have my phone set up here so you guys can get like a different view of it. But it is just going to be one screw holding this together. Take that out, put that off to the side, and then it should come off and slide down like that. Okay, so we do have a few broken parts here. We have a little piece of plastic that is for where the screw goes. That's broken, so we're gonna try to super glue that. And it looks like the cables are actually the red one is completely off. The blue and the other one are about to come off. So I'm gonna try to fix the other two while I'm at it. So let's move this out of the way. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna need a different tool. I'm actually gonna need a different tool to do that part. So I was wrong. It's not just what I wanted. Alright, so I got this metal spudger here. I'm gonna kind of bend this out a little bit. I should kind of remove it. Ah, come on. It's almost there. There we go. So we're going to save that part. And now we have to worry about the cables here. So in order for me now to mix these up, I'm going to mark them. So with a little Sharpie, I'm going to say that red is up here for R. I'm going to say blue is going to be blue. I think that looks like a B. And then, of course, the other one is just left over. Alright, so with these, what I'm going to try to do is, because they are literally just soldered on, I'm going to try to unsolder them and try to extend the cables and try to get better cabling out of this, because this looks terrible. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to try to cut a little bit of this off. So just go as I turn. Just to kind of see what's down there. Interesting. Let's take that completely off. So in case you're wondering if I've ever worked with these before, I have not. So this is a first for me. You guys kind of get to see it firsthand. The learning process of doing one of these. So what cable is that? That is weird. Is that just part of the... That's the ground, right? So the blue, the red, and then the rest is just the ground. So what I'm curious to know is if I guess I try to keep the same with the same. So even though there's extra stuff here, I'm gonna try to just keep that one and that one and that one. So let's pull these out a little bit. And let's plug in our soldering tip because we need to get these off. I think my tip's a little bit too big, but we're going to try to use it anyways. Just going to get that off. Okay. Get this one off. Comes right off. So my goal is to extend the red and the blue. This is apparently a ground or something. And then, so let's see. Can I cut a little bit more here? No, this is a pretty slow-paced video, but I'm gonna try to do this right? Okay. So see, this is what I'm talking about. I think this is just this wire right here. This is part of just this wire. This is just a ground. This is part of this whole thing. And then these are... So I think I can combine these because these are already technically touching. So I can, to kind of clean it up a little bit, we can go ahead and combine these into one. Like that. We're gonna cut a little bit of this off. And I know I'm doing this with a razor. There are proper tools to do this, but I am cheap. And I don't like to spend money. I don't like to spend money on tools that I might use a few times. So we're just going to try to extend that. Bend that down like this. Cut this off. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to try to do the red one. So the same thing, we're going to extend it. Cut off a little bit. A little bit. Down and cut off the excess rubber, I guess, or should be good. Let's see, and I think this one's going to be pretty high up there, right? So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to take this, fold it like this, to try to give it a little bit more stability or just strength. Same thing with this one. Try to get stability and more strength in there. Pretty much turn it into like a little bubble thing. And then this one is kind of already there, but I think just to get it, yeah, this one's pretty tight already. Now we're gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to solder it back on with the solder that's already there. If I use this properly, I can use this to hold my cable. In place, or at least hold my device in place. And we'll just do it like that. So this one's going to be red. Let's see if we can get it focused here. There we go. Okay, so it does look like we're going to need a little bit of solder just to get that completely flush like that, and I think I can zoom in for you guys there. So there's still a little bit of copper that is out. We're just going to go ahead and fill the rest off. Oh no! The wonderful things about soldering. Okay. That should be good enough. Now we're going to do the other one. It's going to be the blue one. Next. I know, my fingers are ashy. And they look worse on the camera. They look so bad. Try to get this straight there. And then ah, it's hot. My finger. It's hot. Let me try. Maybe I can get a little bit. I can get away with it by using tweezers because I felt that almost immediately on my fingers. It's like melting the plastic, so I might have to add a little bit of electrical tape on there, just in case. So I don't want to leave it exposed like that. Let's see, where's my solder tip? The solder one. Alrighty. So let's see. Maybe I could, if I do this. That'll kind of hold it in place there. And let's see if that works. Okay. There we go. Let's cut that off. Let's add some. There's already solder on there, so I'm not too worried about that. Cool. Now we're gonna put the solder on. My soldering iron's a little dirty here. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and glue this plastic piece back on, the one that fell off. This should be just fine with super glue. What I'm using here is just Gorilla super glue. You could also hot glue it if you need to. Also, I'm pretty sure I forgot to press record on the phone, but y'all get to see what how I put it in there, and it's just gonna lay in there like this. And I'm just gonna let that cure. Once it's cured, I'm gonna put a little bit of extra on the sides like this. That way it doesn't come off. We're gonna do the last few steps here. We have to add this piece back on, which this piece goes in there. It's kind of like the where the screw actually gets screwed into. But for that, we're gonna open this up a little bit more because I think we had a hard time taking this apart earlier. It's a quick little simple set of pliers here. Kind of just bend that out a little bit. Let's line that up like this. It's gonna go like that. It's gonna go like that. And then this part is gonna go straight into it like this. See? Perfect. Yay. Now we bring this up like this. To that point. Now we screw the screw in. The screw that I thought I lost earlier, but it's right here. Okay. Now let's see if it jiggles. Doesn't move because it's fixed. All right, so now we still have to test it. So I'm gonna try to hook it up to my Mackie mixer and see if I can get the microphone to work on this again. And if it works, then that means I can return this to the church and we should be good. Okay, here we are, everybody. I have the microphone connected to the cable. Hopefully it's working. I'm actually kind of glad that I was able to grab this before the church threw it away. I don't think they would have thrown it away anyways. I think they might have saved it. But at the same time, I'm glad that I was able to experience fixing one of these because I've never actually worked on one of these cables before, if I'm being honest. Never worked on one of these cables before. But I wanted to try it because That way, if I was able to fix it, it would save the church money, and I can return it. And then I get the experience of figuring this out as well. So I get to learn something. So hopefully it's working. Let me see. I'll pan left channel. I'll pan right channel. Blah, 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 blah. Seems to be working. Let's add some effects to it. Hello, hello, hello. And so again, I'm going to finish off this video, I guess, with the microphone here, hoping that it actually is recording, because I will not know until I actually see this video when I go back and edit it. So thanks again for watching. I hope this helped you out. If it did, and if it was interesting, please share and subscribe. Share this video just so other people can be helped as well. It does help the channel if you subscribe. And thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great holiday. I hope everybody's out there safe and sound. And I'll see you on the next video. And hopefully we'll have something interesting to show you. So take care, everyone. I'll see you next time.